Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today is Christmas Day, so happy holidays to everyone. I hope that regardless of what you do today or whether it's a holiday for you or not, I hope that it is an amazing day for you. And guys, we're almost out of 2020. We are almost done with this sucker. So I thought today would be a really good day to come on and talk about my empties. As I said, it's Christmas Day. 2 out of my 3 kids are sleeping. I'm still wearing my pajamas. In fact, these are my Christmas pajamas. Yes, those are dinosaurs with Christmas hats on. I have my coffee here with a little bit of extra cheer, if you know what I mean. I went ahead and popped on my brand new Pat McGrath palette and I'm feeling good. I hope that you are too. And for everyone who said, yes, Ashley, you should do a December empties, thank you, because I had so much more here than I thought that I would. Like, my teeny tiny box is overflowing. So let's get into everything that I finished up just under the wire here in December. So the thing here on top is my Olay Mist. This is their Ultimate Hydration Essence in the scent Energizing. This is gone. This was in my year-long A to Z project pan, and it didn't get finished in the sense of the project, but I did finish it up very soon after, which, if you saw that video, is something that I said was pretty likely. So this is an empty for the year, and I feel really, really good about it. I also finished up this right here. This is by Hard Candy. This is their Sheer Envy Fix It Serum Redness Relief with green tea and cucumber extract. This was, I think, like $8 at Walmart, and it was fine. I used it up in my Roulette Pan Collab project, and it was, it was fine. It was just a very, very basic sort of moisturizer. To be honest, on my more normal to dry skin now, I used to be super duper dry and I still go through bouts where I am, but I am noticing that I am a little bit more on the normal side. I don't know if that is just because of, again, post-pregnancy, the fact that I'm getting older, or the fact that I never leave my house. I am definitely a little bit on the more normal side these days, and I don't feel like this gave me enough hydration. I felt like I still had to go in with something else on top of it. So for that reason, it's not something that I would buy again. I did not feel like it did anything to help my redness. So definitely a miss for me. But if you have oilier skin, or you're not looking for quite as much oomph in your moisturizer, then that might be okay for you. And for the price point, it's not bad. Just not something that I personally find value in. I did also finish up this right here. This was a cleanser by JM Solution, their Water Luminous Jelly Cleanser. This took me a minute to get used to. It is a jelly. It is a jelly, and it doesn't, like when you rub your hands together to rub it on your face, it stays with that jelly texture for quite a few minutes. But once you really work it into the skin, you do get a decent lather, and it did a really good job. Even though the texture initially kind of threw me, I did enjoy using this, and I was a little bit sad when I used it up. It had a lovely, very light, fresh scent to it. I really enjoyed it. I have no idea where this brand is sold. This came in some sort of subscription box, like an Ipsy or something like that. So it isn't something that I'm going to go out and try to find again, because I did enjoy it and I would use it again if it came into my collection. It isn't something that I loved enough to go out and find out where to purchase, if that makes sense. But if you have this in your collection, I would definitely break it out and give it a try, because it was nice. I did also finish up this beauty right here. This is my Fenty Pro Filter Powder in the shade Butter. I used it up, pulled the sifter, got every little last teeny weeny bit out of it. I am going to hold on to this packaging because I have a couple of sample size powders rather that I'm going to dump in there, just so that I can A, combine them together, and B, give them a little bit more room to use. But I loved that powder so much, and it was really great bang for your buck. It lasted me well over a year using it consistently, and I really enjoyed it. It smelled beautiful. It looked beautiful. It's very, very finely milled. It is an all-around win in my opinion, and it is something that I would absolutely repurchase. I'm not going to right now because I've got quite a few other powders that I need to start cycling through, but that is a stunning powder and one that I, again, would totally repurchase in a heartbeat. I used up this little tiny sample of the Milk Makeup Vegan Milk Moisturizer. It looks like this. If we're gonna focus, which we're not, so sorry about that. Yeah, so this surprised me. I was not prepared for just how thick this moisturizer was. I mean, it was like hand cream sort of thick. I was very surprised by that. Once you work it into the skin, it felt very, very nice. In my opinion though, it was just okay. For being as thick as it wasn't as nourishing as I would have expected it to be. It wasn't bad by any means, but I wasn't wowed by it enough to purchase it in the full size. Which is funny because one of my very good friends, she loves this stuff and she has oily skin and she raves about this stuff, absolutely loves it. And I was just kind of meh by it. So I'm really glad that I got to try it out because it was on my loves list and one that I was just going to go ahead and purchase because of the hype around it and because my girlfriend liked it so much. So I'm really glad that I got a sample of it because I don't think for me it was a win, but I understand why it's so popular. Just be aware, it's super thick. What I would consider repurchasing is from Ole Henriksen. This is the Truth Sea Rush Brightening Gel Cream. Interestingly enough, this was thicker than I was expecting as well, especially with the name gel creme. I was expecting a more gel-like consistency and it's not. It's definitely, at least what I had was definitely a cream, but it was really nice. I used it during the day, in the mornings. If you have never smelled anything from the Truth line, it smells like an Orange Julius, which, let's be honest, is heaven in a glass. It smells exactly like the Orange Julius and I will never not love that scent. And I feel that this line works really, really nicely with my skin. So this is definitely something that I would consider purchasing in the full size once I work through some of my other moisturizers that I need to use up before they go bad. But it is beautiful and one that I would definitely repurchase for sure. I do also have this guy right here. This is, if I can get it apart because I really squashed it on there. This is my Bath & Body Works. This is the Japanese Cherry Blossom Body Cream. Used this up entirely. I do like that scent quite a bit, but as I said in my Project Pan where I used it up, that I was getting kind of burnt out on it because I was really pushing hard at the end to get it used up. And it is very heavily scented, as all Bath & Body Works products are in my opinion. So it is not something that is on my immediate list to go out and repurchase, but it is a scent that I do really enjoy and will pick up another one at some point in time. And I do like the formula of the body butters that are in that squeezy container. I think that they work really nicely. I also used up my extra large Make It Last setting spray from Milani. Again, I used this up in my A to Z Project Pan, so you guys already knew that it was done with, but it is still so satisfying to see this giant empty bottle sitting here with all of my other empties. I do really enjoy this formula. I think it works really well, and it is something that in the future I would repurchase. Again, as you'll hear with many things, I have a whole lot of setting sprays that I need to work through before I start talking about repurchasing ones that I've finished, but it would definitely make the short list if I needed to replace any of my setting sprays. I used up a deluxe sample size of my Becca Backlight Priming Filter, cut it open, scooped it out, all that kind of good stuff there. I do very much enjoy this primer. It's not one that I'm going to go out and repurchase because I actually still have a few more of these deluxe sample sizes kicking around my collection. So I want to get all of those used up before I start buying things that I've already used up. And the reason that I say it that way is because I like trying new products. So even though I don't need any new primers and I don't need any new setting sprays, if there's an exciting new release, I might pick that up before I would pick up any backups. Does that make sense? I really hope it does. So I did also finish up a teeny tiny little sample size of the Faced Hangover Rx. I've got quite a few of this in different sizes and varieties. It is a nice moisturizing primer. I don't really feel like it does a lot as far as what I would want a primer to do. I don't feel like it really helps my makeup stay around or keep it from breaking up or anything like that. Not that I have a big problem with that anyway, but it definitely just feels like a moisturizer. So it isn't something that once I use through all of the, again, various sizes that I have of this, it's not something that I would repurchase, but it is nice when you're using it. And then the last thing in this is my deluxe little sample size of my Dermalogica. This is their Dynamic Skin Recovery SPF 50. And you guys, I really liked this a lot. I have at least one more in this little size here, but I really, really enjoyed it. It went on more like a lotion. So especially using it in conjunction with this guy here, I didn't feel like this gave me enough moisture. Putting this on top of it really amped up the moisture, but also had the SPF 50 in it. I really liked this a lot, and it is definitely one that if I needed a new SPF, I would strongly consider purchasing. So those are all of my empties for the month of December. Again, far more than I was expecting when I filmed my empties for November. I will, as always, have my grand total for the end of the month here on the screen. And I will be filming all of my empties from the year 2020. I have decided I'm going to break it up into 2 parts. So I'm going to have all of the makeup in one video and then everything else, hair care, skincare, and body care in a separate video, just so that you're not sitting here for a 45-minute long video, because y'all know I talk a lot. I am not very good at keeping it short and sweet. So I am very excited to be getting that put together for you guys, and I hope that you've had a very successful year when it comes to your use up goals and your use up progress, because it's been a weird year, and hopefully we have a better idea of what to expect from 2020. I know I will be setting lower goals and lower expectations for myself, because 2020 really shocked my confidence there. Anyway, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you are having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.